Hello and welcome to Making It Manufacturing Spotlight Series. We are here live at DCAT in New York. We have a beautiful view and I am joined by CCO Peter Belden of Tjoapack. How are you, Peter?
Very well, very well.
Thank you very much for coming on. Peter, I guess, for the beginning, why don't you give our listeners a little insight into where Tjoapack are in the CDMO landscape?
Yes, so Tjoapack is a two-continent provider of outsourced pharmaceutical packaging services. We are really focused on mid-market to emerging biopharma clients who are looking for trusted partners to help them get their commercial medicines packaged, whether it's oral solid dose or injectable formats, packaged into the end saleable units, and then assist them with getting those out to markets globally. We're supporting clients' products going to over 40 countries around the world now.
Amazing.
Across sites both in the Netherlands and the US where we do our packaging.
Amazing. So packaging is often seen as the final step in the process.
Yes.
But in reality, it can have a big impact on timelines and market access. So how do you feel it's really evolving?
It's evolving rapidly in terms of the need for flexibility at the end stage, what we do.
Okay.
We're either receiving oral solid dose in bulk format, putting that into a bottle pack or a blister pack, and then doing the final trade dress on that, or in injectable formats, receiving in a vial or syringe, labeling final trade pack as well. What we're seeing with a lot of our clients is the need to defer the final market pack to as close as possible as the patient demand requires it. So they have flexibility in the quantity and the country trade dress that they want to get out into their supply chain. So part of our value proposition is being able to do late stage customization or small to mid-sized batch runs to allow more flexibility for our client partners in how they manage their supply chain to meet that patient demand.
So on that then, where would you say the most important part of the partnership is for Tjoapack and when you're reaching out to your clients and bringing in new business?
Yeah, for us, it starts with really a two-way conversation.
Yes.
Right? We're really trying to understand what the client's medicine is intended for the patient population and the dosing regimen, how that impacts the package format, and then also the frequency and flexibility that they need for volume or small, batch runs to meet those needs. So we really try to get as comprehensive a scoping of that up front and then ensure that if what they need fits our standard, we give them the most efficient solution. If it's a bit customized, we're very flexible in working through pack configurations and sizes and styles that meet what they need but are repeatable in our process.
Yeah. So the CDMO space is constantly changing, and it's great that you go through the flow and be innovative and adapt, as new things come on. With the demand for speed to market at the moment, along with the execution and the promise of what you're delivering, how do you find the balance in working between those two?
Yeah, it's always a fine line. We have to and always do lead with quality at the forefront.
Yeah.
Strongly coupled with high touch and responsive service. So to that point of properly scoping the body of work with the client, understanding the quality requirements from our processes and how they view the quality requirements from their system to layer on top of that. And then working through a really good planning cadence on what does responsiveness look like? When will they be able to get us the bulk drug product or the vials or syringes? How much stock are they able to flow in? How much do they want to flow out? So really just having that tighter kind of total supply chain collaboration is very important, and us being able to deliver that flexible speed of service.
So just on that, on being innovative and adapting to market trends, you've recently had a great market expansion in the US.
Yes.
Could you just dive into a little bit of that about what's been going on there?
Yeah. So we had our stakeholder approval late last summer for us to take a an additional capital commitment to support our next 5 to 10 year growth plan.
Amazing.
Twofold. In the U.S., we had approval to take a new long-term lease for a facility adjacent to our current site, so more than doubling our footprint. In parallel, we also had approval to order 2 new bottle packaging lines.
Okay.
One for our Netherlands site and one for our U.S. site. So we're in kind of the early phases now of renovating an existing building to bring it back up into GMP packaging condition. We expect that site to launch in beginning of Q2 2027, fully GMP compliant primary packaging, secondary packaging, and controlled temperature warehousing to support.
So you're growing as a company, you're expanding your capacity.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a phrase in England where it's, when do you see you bite off more than you can chew? Do you see some potential challenges coming up, you know, with this expansion over the next 5-10 years?
Oh, it's all in the program management and the, you know, organizing our resources, our partner resources, and ensuring that we're creating achievable project plans and achievable timelines without overcommitting.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So say we were sat here in 5 years' time, where do you see the main success coming from? Where do you see it?
Yeah, I mean, from our position, we see a very, very consistent and steady uptick in demand from the mid-market to emerging biopharma that want fewer trusted partners to help them navigate their total global supply of packaged goods.
Yeah.
And the ability for us to add scale and capabilities across our network, both in Europe and the US, is really positioning us to be the preferred partner of choice for our clients. And we see fully living into that over the next 3 to 5 years.
Amazing, amazing. Peter, I want to dive a little bit into kind of your journey. I know we had a little chat about you living on the border of Wales and England a few years back. So if you could just give us a little insight.
Sure. So I've been, over 25 years now in outsourced service provision to the pharmaceutical and biotech industry.
Amazing.
Majority of that in the packaging space, one form or another. And I've been fortunate through that journey to be able to leverage the opportunities to work in both small to mid to large organizations. And most of that time in the US, but I did have about a 4-year assignment in the UK. The business I was with at the time had strategically acquired our first site ex-US. It was a business on the border of England and Wales. And I was asked to go over and be the managing director of that and to get that operation integrated into our existing US operation and team, and to be sure we were acting as one harmonized 2-site provider for contract packaging services.
And how important do you think, having that work life in a different continent and a different culture helped you lead today?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good humbling experience to realize that you're a guest in another country, and you need to, listen and adapt and take on, the appropriate approach to both guiding a team of people there and engaging with them, but also listening to the client base and, understanding the differences in a client need in a different region than, where your original experience had been, and just ensuring you're, putting on those listening skills and working through solutions that are fit for that region, that market, which might be different from US or other markets.
So you mentioned earlier 40 countries you're providing in. So from a commercial standpoint, when it comes to business development, you have to be able to adapt in different cultures. We just touched on it, moving to UK. How do you find that in today's market in terms of reaching out? You're doing deliveries within 40 different countries. How does that work for you?
Yeah, for us, it's executing on the client-defined requirements. Our client base is predominantly US and Europe, right? And what our value prop is ensuring that we've got the regulatory compliance and that final stage serialization technology bedded in so that we can produce that end stage compliant pack to those 40 countries that our clients need us to get those medicines to.
Okay, brilliant. And then I'm just going to finish off with one last question. What really excites you today?
Yeah, for us, it's continuing the journey to really help the innovators, our clients, connect some exciting novel new medicines or existing medicines to patient populations that, are expanding, and particularly as research and development is bringing very innovative new molecules to market for patients that maybe had nothing before, or nothing directly fit for their condition, to really have a small piece of that true patient impact.
Yeah, you're playing your part in getting it to the market, which is brilliant.
Yes.
Oh, Peter, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for coming on. Cheers.